everyone, or what few people are here. Yes, I am chipmunk faced. I had three extractions. The shards of this tooth up here, the bottom wisdom tooth that was giving me hell, and this one, which never even really bothered me. It just kind of sat there as a chunk, but the doctor decided to yoink it. And yes, I had a mini freak out. Because right before all this, I read a little thing. Pissed me the fuck off. Apparently, the same people doing Puffins with Johnny are doing a movie with AH called Into the Fire. And why am I bitchy? Because in that movie, besides having her ableist ass in it, has her being a psychiatrist who, get this, correctly diagnoses and cures an autistic boy in 1845. If you know anything about the history of medicine, you would know that autism wasn't even a diagnosis, let alone discovered to be a diagnosis, till the fucking 30s and 40s. So you're gonna tell me some bitch from the 1800s is suddenly gonna be like, it's called autism. I don't know what that is. It's not yet a name. But that's what he's got. And I have the cure. Yeah. It's gonna be a dumpster fire just on premise alone.
All
And
I'm
then
going to say is it's going to be a flop at the box office and it's going to be entertaining.
there's this dangerous idea that it's promoting. And I expected more out of those who said they stood with Johnny. I really did. This whole cure people of autism. Most people are like, but that's not dangerous. Ah, but it is. It is very dangerous. Some of the shit that they have said to use to cure your autism child have included bleach, toxic herbal supplements. When taken to the extremes prescribed to these moms can cause death. It's also used as an excuse to use horrific therapies that don't work for anyone. ABA. It's this cure culture thing that they have has caused more trauma, given more excuses for abuse, more excuses for later on burnout in the autistic community than bar none, really, anything else. Even the anti vaxxers are not.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's been a bit of a garbage fire, folks. It's been a bit of a garbage fire. Now, let me see here. I see three people. If there's other three people, please comment in the chat. And hi, Miss Jenny. And so, we have had that today. And right after I read that shit and got pissed, that's when the glob came out, and I panic called my fucking dentist.
That's when shit decided had to get real. Right?
Like, I read that shit, and then that glob came out. And I had been without gauze and fine most of the day. But I read that shit, felt that glob in the back of my tongue, pulled it out, freaked out, called the dentist. It's probably just a glob got loose. It's fine.
Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Chloe's broken her laptop.
Pulled it out, freaked out, called the dentist. It's probably. Echo Spice. Hello, good vibes, thank you. Hello, Richard Morris. And yes, folks, again, for those who just came in, I am chipmunk faced because I had 3 extractions done yesterday. Up here, down here, and up here. So, yeah, I will probably be icing myself and drugging myself after this stream when I go to bed. And I just didn't need to, like, not
Also,
read
make sure
anything
it
up.
doesn't get infected. Mum told me to salt water
Yep.
mine out a couple of years ago. So
Mhm.
just do that. Also, if I'm shouting, I'm sorry. It's because I've got this on and it's going to impede my mic space. So that's why.
You're good. You're good. But yeah, I've got stuff in the freezer. I'm sure I can put on my cheeks. But yeah. So that's why I'm chipmunked.
Chloe's dentist fucked her off yesterday.
Well, thank you, Echo Spice. I appreciate that. It's the hair.
Yes. Which makes Tiffany look hella adorable.
I have the sexy hair. So, like,
This is why I just want to pet you. That's the thing. I just want to pet you.
you and the rest of the planet. And then there's the guys. Woo, baby! I'm like, what? Any part of this says I'm interested in anything other than going home and crying about life.
And if I intervene,
People.
and if I was there, I would intervene and punch the living shit out of the dude.
Yeah, that would be good. I would appreciate that. Like, no.
Sucker punch to the bollocks.
I am on liquid poop, folks. And I'm happy because dentist's office said, oh no, these are fine. These are not cigarettes. You're not putting smoke back there, are you? No. You're fine. Yay.
Here was one thing. Dentist turned around and said to me, how long have you been smoking? Bearing in mind, I know how long I've been smoking. And this apprentice, who knew me before she became a dentist, she turned around and she said, I've known you for more than 4 years. How long have you been smoking? I look at this dentist, and I'm looking back at her, and I'm like, 4 years? And I felt really sorry for the apprentice because she was like, I knew you 4 years ago. How? How did you hide it from me? And I'm like, well, my crippling smoking addiction decided to get really bad this year.
So there was that, and let's see here. And in spite of her getting that god-awful movie, guess what? He still got that award out in Serbia today. The Medal of Merit in Serbia. So you know what? Fuck it. It's his day. Indie boy did good. Fuck you all. Yay, it's Gina.
Wait, Gina the house mouse? Gina the house mouse!
Yay!
Hello, my darlings. Oh, you look lovely with that face.
I'm an adorable little chipmunk.
You do look like a little chipmunk, my darling. I'm going to go to bed, but I thought I've got to go and reassure Tiffany that it's fine. Put your comment on Twitter. I had 17 teeth out at once. So you can imagine the clots and crap that come from that. Sometimes it's the back of your throat. Sometimes it's just in the gum, the side of your mouth. And it's just, just do as your dentist tells you. And you'll be fine,
As long as I'm not drinking through a straw or smoking a literal cigarette, which we're cool.
You haven't been smoking for like 3 weeks now?
I smoked all through all my, even with the 17 removed, I smoked all throughout. Never had a dry socket, ever.
Oh, I didn't feel any pain. I
Well, he's
just
a good dentist then, yeah. Well, I didn't. I were unconscious in theatre.
No, I was on anesthesia. Like
Yeah, I had
I was
anaesthesia.
awake for mine.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
I
no,
was
power
too.
out. And then they gave me fentanyl afterwards. Oh, that stuff is amazing.
I was tripping balls when I was on the anesthesia.
They gave me fentanyl afterwards. I was happy as a pig in shit for 2 days. Didn't give a tinkers. Oh, poor Tiffany, I just want to give you a big hug. God bless you. You look so sad.
Yeah. But anyways, that movie and that little clog coming out.
Are you talking to her? She got that fire thing.
I'm talking to everybody, but yeah, anyways. And then I was sitting there saying, wait a minute. Did that bitch really think? Did she not see what happened to Sia when she tried to pull this shit? Like, it damn near ended her entire career.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, honey, you went after debt. That's already gonna screw you. You come for us, we will destroy you.
You see,
I would
Johnny's
like
got...
to politely
Right.
say,
Yeah, Kathleen Zellner now, hasn't he? And she is one tough cookie. You do not screw around with Kathleen Zellner.
It's not even going down big. If you had half a mind, she wants to be famous. She wants an Oscar. Fuck
you're
around
right.
with
It's going to people go home.
fuck around with us autistic people. Find out what happens.
Mm-hmm.
She better go ask Sia how good of an idea that was.
Mm.
I think it was Morgan Freeman who said picking on someone with disabilities is the lowest form of power you can display.
Well, we already knew she was ableist. For the love of God, the comments she puts up on Instagram, not to mention saying she was going to give money to sick kids.
That just makes me
That
so
in and
cross.
of itself, ladies and gentlemen, is ableist as fuck. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
It is the height of ableism.
I just don't care at all. What are you two puffing on? I know they're easy.
It is a vape. A very small, compact vape. I
They
love
are
it.
cute, aren't they? I'm thinking of quitting because it's ridiculous. My cigarettes now are... Let me work this out in books on them.
Gina, I went to go out and get a pouch of Sterling today
Yeah,
from the co-op.
yeah.
Guess how much that is?
About 14 quid.
It's around about like 13 quid.
13
Nice.
quid. You know my cigarettes, Tiffany, are nearly $19 a pack.
Good.
What
God.
ones are you smoking?
Oh! She'll be back on. There's
That's
Infamous, and there's the one who should not be named. All I'm saying is, if she continues with that movie, that's a fight she can't win. Regardless of if she's a woman or not, the autistic community will fucking come for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
I
shocked.
managed to keep
Maybe
myself
not
out.
shocked.
You're right. Did you press the wrong button, Gina?
Kick me on ass out the room.
What ones do you smoke, Jane?
Mine are Benson Hedges 100 gold.
Oh, B&H Gold. Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can tell you that.
Nearly 19.
Oh, and more things to talk about. Talking of Johnny there. We also have the whole Mrs. Elner from Making a Murderer as taking up JD's case.
I cannot wait.
This shit, like, I better be healed up by then, because I'm gonna need like some Pringles and some popcorn. That's gonna be my carb day. It'll always be like a celebration. Like, he'll be in the courtroom, turn around, and there would be me going.
Popcorn.
The popcorn. Oh, the whole row of people in that looking at the popcorn was so good.
Anyone want popcorn? Popcorn going once, popcorn going twice, and take it.
She is going to turn Scampy Pants into a pair of old flappy fish market slippers.
Oh, here's the thing. Because each of his performances are so different, Whisper, it's kind of his whole filmography that more shows his range. Because he's done Donnie Brasco, he's been Whitey Bulger, he's basically was Hunter S. Thompson. I forget the name of the actual character in Fear and Loathing, but he did a fantastic Groucho walk in that movie. I know a Groucho walk when I see one, and him entering into that damn carnival with a Groucho walk. And the cigarette and the hat didn't help matters.
I saw somebody who watched his film, one of his films, for the first time. I mean, apart from
Let's see
Pirate
here. He's done comedy.
Mm.
He's done voice acting. He's done serious period films. He's done sci-fi.
He's done romance, which is also. I need to double check that though.
He's done horror.
He's done
He's
emo.
done kid films. He's done action films. His whole filmography, in my
Mm.
opinion, is what shows his range.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to say what movie shows his range when the man's a character actor. He morphs every role.
He's a
I'm trying
chameleon.
to figure out like. Hold on.
Literally a chameleon.
Yep.
That is the only goddamn movie I have ever liked Tom Cruise in was Interview with the Vampire. Because
No.
that's literally the only movie of his I have ever actually liked. I've never
Is it-
liked him as an actor, and as far as a human being, I think he's batshit insane.
Cuckoo.
Like he's got issues.
He's got more issues than Vogue, Tiffany.
He got issues. He got problems. Anyone who's sitting there, but Scientology, I'm like,
No.
no. Just no. But you Christians are insane and all that. As a group, maybe.
I know a story about that, Tiffany. Do you want to hear it?
But as individuals, we tend to be intelligent.
Can't you hear me?
Okay, so we've got some award pictures. Let's see if it boots me off.
We'll find out.
Let's find out. We got some award pictures. So far, I am still on. And I saw Metallica was trending earlier, by the way. It made me quite happy, as they should be. Metallica should be trending all the time.
For those who are wondering how long this took me to make these, I started them on Sunday, prepared to get them ready for yesterday. Then we moved the stream to today, and then it was just like, it gives me a little bit of time.
All right, here we're going to do a share.
Mhm.
Here we go. Let's see our fellow indie do good, right?
Mhm.
Let's have some moment of in your face, you ableist bastards.
Oops.
Okay, so here we go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Aye.
There's him getting the award. And looking jet lagged as fuck. I feel sorry for him.
I think we all feel sorry for Johnny.
And there
But
we
still
go.
smiling.
He does.
And it's a particular look that you're sitting there like, there's a joke in that head right there. And you want to know what the joke is?
The
Oh,
Serbian president's about 9 foot tall.
hey, some of us are short. Shut up.
Hey, I'm only 5'6".
Same, Gina.
No.
Also, like, chat's trying to tell me that you're trying to talk to me as well.
Right,
Okay.
Tiffany, have you heard of Manson, the serial killer?
Well, who hasn't?
Charles Manson.
Manson, the serial killer. Charles Manson.
Yeah, who hasn't?
Right. Well, you know Scientology, they tried to get him to join. And he turned around,
good
bear in
God.
mind, this man is a total psycho. Hello, Sean, darling. And Charles Manson turns around and said, I'm not joining them, they're effing mental. So if Charlie Manson thinks the faith you're in is nuts, you've got problems.
If a serial thinks that, if a serial killer thinks that you're fucked,
You're nuts.
then you're fucked.
That's a bit of a
Right?
worry.
Mm-hmm.
You should be concerned if Uncle Charlie. You know the quote, don't you guys, from the 90s? There used to be t-shirts. It had his face in cartoon and said, remember, kids, in the back, Uncle Charlie loves you.
God. Not like a bit
Right?
of a sick sense of humour going on, is there?
Have you met me? Hi. Most people wouldn't even show up after tooth extraction, and then here's my stubborn ass. Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you weren't on last night. I know you. It's like, oh my God, she's not going to do. No, come on tonight, Tiffany. Please rest, for God's sakes.
And it's
No,
because,
I was even
this
like,
part, like, over here was completely fat, and I couldn't talk so much.
Mm.
and if Tiffany's stuttering a bit, I was just like, want me to interpretate?
Interpretate.
I can speak relatively well.
I can understand you perfectly, Tiff, love. I can understand you perfectly.
I still have diction.
Yes. Unlike some people.
God.
Look, your mouth swab is still a better actor than a certain Flappy Fish Market.
Looking like a chipmunk, just had teeth extracted, and still looking better than AH.
Yeah. Can't be difficult. Of course she's got an IQ. I'm still not over the fact that she tells people she's got an IQ of over 200.
Right?
And I'm like, what?
Then that makes Tiffany a fucking genius then.
Well, you know,
I'm
Tiffany
just
is a
saying.
genius. Genius level IQ is only 140. So Tiffany's up in the sort of the stratosphere of people who have got that kind of IQ. You know, it's very, very uncommon. I don't think even Einstein's with that high, were it?
So apparently Johnny Set was doing the thing with the mic he usually does. At least he didn't put it this time, although that would have been hilarious. And if he would have put it and called it my precious, I would have fucking died. I would have done it. I fucking would have done it. Like, give me that mic, dude. This is how you do it. It's mine.
My precious. Yeah.
Gotta do it with the eye bulge.
Oh, Tiffany, you remember that picture that I sent to Paul the other day? Because I was at my mum's yesterday.
The Queen pictures, yes.
Besides the Queen pictures, I also put a picture of Gollum.
Yes. Andy Serkis was fucking robbed. Robbed. He was brilliant as Gollum. That is, to date, one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen from an actor in my life. And he did all of it. He just had those little things all over him. That was him crawling. That was him doing the voice.
Yeah, they didn't put the CGI on until afterwards, did they? Oh.
Mm-mm.
So
He was brilliant. He was robbed. That was some bullshit. I'm still angry. Still angry.
Don't get angry with your mouth like that, love.
Yeah, not the best idea, Tiff.
I don't know if AH comes and I like spit one of these out on her and onto her face. And it
You'll
just happened.
probably blame dog.
And if it got, and it was like, had some of the blood and it was filmed. I'm sorry, but
I'm
I
texting.
can't. As a woman of 55 yesterday, I can't stand by and let you do a thing like that. Let me hold her down first.
you're gonna be like, hold up, I got film.
Girls on film.
I did a thing on my group chat today where it was like behind the scenes of what I do before stream. And I was like,
Well, Richard, what
So
can I
she-
say? I come from the Midwest, and let's put it this way. She shit on Johnny's bed, treats neurodiverse people like shit, including him. Guess what? You get what you put into the universe. You get what the fuck you put in. You're gonna be a
Karma's a bitch,
nasty little
and
bitch.
everybody knows
I'm
it.
gonna treat you like a nasty little bitch.
Karma's a bitch.
Karma's a bitch, and it's certainly a bigger bitch than even Ambi Pants. So
Yes. Biological
I
warfare.
think the swab would probably creep off her face and leg it. You know, you never know where it's going to catch from her. Let's face it, she's been around block a few times, that girl. I mean, we're talking Captain Birdseye here.
Hi, DDA.
DJH, like,
This couple of
yeah, it's one of those things.
Yes.
Like, I was waiting for her to do the one thing, because doing the shit to Joni apparently did not get her canceled. This will. Fucking around with us.
Yeah.
You just asking for it. You're just, like, begging to be canceled at that point.
Yeah, there's far more of us than there is of her.
Because we don't fuck around. We're called
Yes.
murder hornets for a damn reason.
Yeah, we tend to be rather direct in our approach, don't we, Tiffany Love?
And like, so you're gonna rob children, you're gonna make ableist comments, you're gonna go out with one of the most ableist, racist, bigoted douchebags on the planet and flaunt it.
How is the muskrat these days, do we know?
It's okay, Jenny. I'm a bitch. As my mom was a bitch before me.
It's inherited, is it?
It
That-
is.
That could
It's a
explain my
beautiful
mother. Yes, I. Do you know what though? These days, I open my mouth and my mother comes out. It's very worrying.
You mean me every day?
I
My mom
You
is
sure that's not me on
wise.
a bad day?
know. My kids say, you know, you look so like your mother. I'm not like my mother, and they go, and I open my mouth. I
My
think,
mom
you really
is
are.
a fucking wise bitch.
Yeah.
And she taught me the ways of true bitchery.
Bitchcraft is wonderful to learn.
Oh, it is.
It's a beautiful thing.
Mm.
Someone's asking where you're from.
Me,
Yeah.
Yorkshire. It's in the north of England.
Southwest Missouri,
I'm from
Out-
Essex,
out
England.
by Branson. And
And that where
Missouri's
Simpsons live, Tiffany.
Mhm.
Do you see
And I just
Margin? You see Margin supermarket.
and let me, Richard, I'm a semi-public figure. I have been for many years.
What's he
I
said?
He's like, you're making me close my ears. Like, dude, there is no such thing as doxing me. I've been a semi-public figure for many moons.
Mm-hmm.
I've
I've
been
seen a bunch of
interviewed
photos.
on NPR, and I've been a well-known activist where everyone knows where I fucking live, including people all the way in Germany. So, yeah, I don't give a shit. Yes, I live out near Branson. I hardly expect her to see her come to Branson unless she decides to do the pathetic turn where she gets on the Grand Jubilee. I would fucking die. I would film that shit and send it to Johnny. I would send that shit and be like, look at this shit.
See, the trouble is with my accent, it's very, very distinctive. If you know anything about England. So I can't hide where I'm from anyway. You know, it won't take long to work out where I am. And I've got 4 grown strapping sons. So if anybody wants to start.
Here's
Oh my god, DJ.
Gina
Don't
sound-
make me laugh right now. Don't make me laugh.
I don't know, I'm doing really quite.
Gina, you sounded like how my stepfather sounded. So
Yeah.
you sound like how my stepfather sounded. So I'm just like, I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah. Some people get every word I say because I speak. I try to enunciate when I'm in a room a lot more clearly. But normally it's, that what? Eh?
Pardon?
Do what?
And that's when I
What's
sometimes have
the
to.
Missouri
step in
version of
from
that?
the
I'll tell you.
cases.
The Missouri
What?
version of what they just did is, the fuck you want? No, seriously, talking to these stands, I'm like, ladies who love Amber Heard so much, guess what? I'm from the fucking show me state. You can sit there and say that he did this, that. You can tell me he
Pictures
took
or
off.
it didn't happen.
You can sit there and tell me
Bollocks.
like he took her to the fucking Coliseum and thought he was a goddamn gladiator and went after her with a sword if you want to get creative. But guess fucking what? No evidence. I don't buy it. Show me the evidence.
Yeah.
For
Absolutely.
God's sake.
It's like my favourite show was CSI, and the lead character said, "Follow the evidence."
It was that simple.
Yeah.
And all these people, he's running his pants, or it's just because he's in a movie. I don't give a shit if his ass worked at Kinko's down the street. I've been doing this for a very, very, very long fucking time. And I have represented individuals that didn't have a single movie to their name. Austin Anderson, Andre McCollins.
Hi,
God.
Screams.
It's a long list. Some of them protected by HIPAA law, but let's just say it's a long list of people who don't have a single film to their fucking name.
It don't
This is
matter.
what I fucking do.
Ow.
And I've never backed anyone.
Try to open my window and shut it
Evidence to
instead
back
on my
it up.
finger. Note to self, do not
Okay.
close a window on a finger when you're trying to actually open it. Ow.
And I love exposing her fan. Because
Have you-
I dig at him. And I
Have
dig
you
at him.
seen Sturgis's latest crap?
Yep. And I dig at him, and I dig at him, and I dig at him. And eventually, I get to that one layer of, oh, he must be this, and starts listing his neurodivergent traits. And I'm like, and there it is. Yay.
I mean, I think there's more neurodiverse people than there are not, to be fair.
And come on, I mean, we've had our eye on him for a while. Not because a lot of these fangirls, but because we have this somewhat weird parlor game where our Indeedar goes off. And the man damn near pinged on every single thing.
I mean, the thing is as well, it's, oh God, now I've just lost my train of thought. Go on, Tiffany, carry on. It'll come back to
We
me.
pegged him as one of our own, like, at least almost a decade and a half ago.
Auntie said something
Watch
about
the
it
interview.
recently. Didn't he say we're ADHD?
No, I'm autistic. She has ADHD.
no.
And
Did Johnny say he thought he got ADHD?
yes, he did.
Uh-huh.
He did quite some time ago. It's during the trial in the UK.
Yeah. I know you are. I'm not sure where our Chloe is, bless her heart. She's unique, aren't you, Chloe, love? With her
Sorry?
ears. Nothing, honest.
The spectrum isn't quite as broad as one would think. You got a lot of people that have shadow syndrome where they have traits, but they're not the thing.
Yeah,
Right. Here's the thing. I'm getting tested for ADHD on Friday, so
Yay!
we're gonna hope that they actually do confirm I have ADHD as well as autism, because I show traits of autism and I show traits of ADHD.
Yeah. I mean, I
And
had my
that's-
eldest
That
daughter
is
at
the
4.
thing. They diagnosed my ass as it was ADD back then, because this was back in the day, years and years and years ago. But I didn't have the issues that came with it. Not really. Some of the issues that mirrored I carry, the sensory issues especially, goddamn. But I don't have attention issues so much as I have hyperfocus issues. To where I zone in on that one thing and the rest of the planet disappears. For hours on end. Like 6 hours, to quote my aunt.
But it has its uses, doesn't it, Tiffany?
Mm-hmm.
And
then
it's
I was
learning to
stuck on
harness it.
Ritalin for fucking years.
That shit is nasty.
Fucked me up really bad.
Surprised
The
you're still
only
sane.
way I'm able to gain weight is either to gain muscle or be an alcoholic. Any pictures where you see where I have a little bit more weight, that's alcohol. That's not food.
You need a high protein diet.
That's what this is. Which is my only food right now. So, like, when I get off of this, I'm going to need to eat a lot of semi-solid foods.
Yeah, that's hard.
Because I can drop dangerously low, and I have it. It's not a good thing.
Well, I've got fibromyalgia, and I get sometimes what's called fibroglycemia, where my blood sugar just drops for no reason. So I hear exactly what you're saying. You know, it's horrible. You start to shake and, stutter, and it's horrible. So
sort of what I do when I'm overdosed on caffeine.
Well, sometimes I will shake uncontrollably when just meeting a new person.
Yeah.
So someone brought up, like, if you met Johnny Depp, what would happen? Would it be a normal conversation? Oh gosh, I'll be like, it'll be like when I met the lead guitarist of the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Name is Mike Granda, and he lives out here. It will be a solid 5 minutes of staring, as per usual when I'm meeting a new person. And then the usual weird, awkward fact will come out of my mouth, or weird observation. And if the person hasn't ran away in the other direction screaming yet, a normal conversation would then happen.
I just go really quiet when I meet someone. Really, really quiet. Mind you, the last person I met were a British chef called Jamie Oliver, and his face was like a smacked ass. Oh, I'm not talking to you. You're a dick. Where's Chloe got to?
Yeah, I know about creatine.
Tied up. So, you're right, Chloe, love.
Yeah, don't worry. My ears just started ringing, and I was like, okay, I've actually got to sit out for a bit.
Yeah, well, I've got tinnitus, so mine does that all the time. It drives me bananas. You have to just ignore it.
What happens with me, it's normally when I have a panic attack for no reason.
All right, okay, sorry, babe, not the same thing.
No, so one of my ears go, and then I'll just be like, okay, then I don't feel okay.
Yeah.
So I'll have to sit back for a bit and just let the stream happen around me.
Yeah. I mean, see, we've all got these little things, haven't we? With neurodivergence, it's a bit.
Yeah, we do. I'm a little bit more out there than most, but in my defense, I started advocating like almost straight out of high school.
It don't matter
I
because at
got
least.
used to being around people and putting on a mask and presenting
Yeah.
and all of that, so I'm kind of used to it. Welcome back, Miss Jenny. All right, now speaking of some Britney Spears stuff, so let me go and get that. I'm gonna find it. Okay, and because we're getting about 20 minutes in, okay, hold on, I have to find it.
My
Here we are.
TTH, my ears decided to it's a sign that I know I'm starting to have a panic attack. So I'm like, and they've started to become quite frequent recently. Mostly because my mental health decided to drop recently. So it was just like, yep.
Well, you had that thing with your job and that, didn't you? So that didn't help.
Okay, so that's a long court transcript right there. And I wanted to give it 20 more minutes because I gotta rest and drug myself and drink my dinner.
Bless you.
Like, they give me the hard shit.
Like these things are basically steroids.
No, this is hydrocodone.
Oh, it's oxy.
I'm like, really? You couldn't just give me the really powerful ibuprofen like last time I had this done? Seriously?
Yeah, you just have to be careful of. Only take
Oh
them when
no,
you
I'm
need them.
taking it as prescribed.
They soon get, Rob's just had some of that, hasn't he? Were it oxy he had, not hydro?
Yeah, this shit makes me nervous.
Yeah. But the thing is, Tiffany, if you don't think you need it, take some things that you think will work instead. Take Ibu.
Oh, age 21, 23. That's what we're looking at. Okay, hold on, I gotta find it. I wish this had a table of contents like the shit I usually look at.
I said when my body wants, it's like,
Yeah.
Holly, you've got to stop because my
Yeah.
body's been doing that a lot recently.
Right, have you seen Doctor about it, Chloe?
That's why I'm having a mental health appointment on Tuesday.
All right, folks, here we go.
Good.
All right. See if it boots me. Okay.
It's actually doing well today, Tiff. Let's not jinx it.
Yeah, sure,
Okay,
will you,
it
Chloe?
says, Miss Spears and Mr. Ingram, in other words, attorney-client communications were effectively being monitored, captured, and reviewed by James Spears in real time. Therapy notes were also being reviewed. This evidence, we believe, shows and will show by Mr. Spears, even though, to the credit of his counsel at the time, Mr. Spears was warned that he did not have a lawful right to review Britney Spears' therapy notes. What the fuck? How in the name of fucking HIPAA was that allowed?
Because I ain't that against HIPAA.
My point being, Your Honor, in regard to this bucket of information, the informal discovery that Mr. Warrington's office has provided that we're still reviewing, we have not seen any of those materials. In other words, we see no Mueller-Stein materials. We know that the surveillance occurred. The second category of surveillance, putting aside what was done in regard to Ms. Spears' phones, was a listening device, according to whistleblower who worked for BlackRock Security. Ms. Spears' security team placed a listening device, a secret listening device in the bedroom of Britney Spears. I'll say that again. BlackRock Security, at the direction of Mr. Spears, the evidence shows and will continue to show, placed a listening device in the bedroom of Britney Spears. The
What the hell?
That information is information that we're entitled to formal discovery on. That information is information that we're entitled under the Mueller case and the Stein case to receive information on non-adversarial basis from Mr. Spears. One of these issues that we have, Your Honor, is there is a very strong evidence that both these things occurred under the aegis of electronic surveillance. The real-time, continuous monitoring of Britney's phones and placing a listening device in her bedroom. If in fact those things occurred, and they did, according to a whistleblower from Black Box whose statements were corroborated recently by former FBI special agent Sharon Idabi of my office, then it stands to reason that there were internal communications between Mr. Spears on the one hand and his representatives on the other hand about these issues. Not one document in that regard, despite our repeated requests, both in terms of formal discovery and informal discovery, has been produced. Now, just circling back to my point, I've only alluded now to the 12 categories of misconduct that we believe we will prove with overwhelming evidence that Mr. Spears engaged in. But once we have this additional information, it's going to shed light on these other categories. The petitions filed by Mr. Ingram and the outer petitions. So while others scratching on the surface on the alleged misconduct of Mr. Spears, we believe it makes sense for reasons of economy and efficiency to let discovery run its course. Hopefully we'll be able to get informal discovery under the Mueller-Stein cases. We need additional time, frankly, Your Honor, to review the documents that have been provided, although again, we got issues with respect to the manner in which they have been provided. And we think it makes the most sense to hold petitions into the evidentiary hearing that will occur. We hope to be certain. The court, okay, thank you, counsel. Ms. Weil, Your Honor, this is Geraldine Weil. The court, wait, Ms. Weil, hold on a second. I wanted to circle back to you, of course, Mr. Ingram, Mr. Thorne, and Mr. Nelson. So, Ms. Weil, go ahead. Ms. Weil, Your Honor, for the record, we request to make a motion to strike any statements made by Mr. Rosengart. They are not in his personal knowledge. We request that he limit his comments to argument rather than allegations which he does not have personal knowledge of at this time. Thank you. Wow. Really?
Wow.
Good? The court, okay, well, Ms. Weil, he was making his own argument, which I understand. I mean, I didn't consider it beyond anything other than that because we're not in trial right now. Ms. Weil, I understand, Your Honor. Court, okay. Mr. Ingram, do you have anything else you wanted to say at this juncture? Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Okay, so we'll stop there.
Wow.
Woo. That was kind of loaded. So here's the thing. How in the name of HIPAA was he supposed to be allowed to have access to her records?
Yeah.
Just asking.
Does it make any difference that she was under conservatorship?
It could possibly. I'd have to look into that. But still, listening devices in your girl's room. She has a boyfriend. What if she's doing as we do?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you really, as a father, what, you're gonna listen? The fuck is wrong with you?
Sick.
She's a grown-ass woman. Like, there are teenagers who don't have that kind of scrutiny. The fuck? On top of that, well, he doesn't know it, so he's not entitled to it. That's kind of not how the law works.
The whole conservative shit thing might be.
Yeah, it's... Even with conservatorship, though.
I'm losing.
There are limits. Kind of like there's child rights, you know? There's children's rights, there's also conservatory rights.
Yeah.
Rarely seen to, but they exist. They're in federal law. They are in federal law. protections for the conservator E. Surveillance like that is beyond the par. It's one thing to be a conservator and you're basically controlling every aspect of their lives. Okay. It's garbage, it sucks, it's terrible, we should set fire to it and it should die. We've been fighting it well before. Unfortunately, Miss Spears got caught up in hers. But surveillance to that level?
It's disgusting.
What was the medical excuse?
Ah,
Was she dying? Was she detoxing? Was there any reason under God she needed that type of surveillance that had to do with her mental or physical well-being?
057. My
No.
next sibling needs to drink for a straw.
Basically, when you're in a conservatorship, the conservator has all the powers of a parent over a child. Even a parent over a child, like once a child hits a certain age, you know what I mean? Just saying.
But the thing is, as a parent, you don't suffocate your child to the point where you put listening devices in the bedroom. I mean, if you put a tracking device on the phone, it's only to tell you where they are,
Right.
And to make sure they're not. If for safety reasons, you don't. I mean, my neighbour next door, my son's 11, doesn't play footballs with his mates. But he's 11, he's not 14, 15. So she wants that on his phone to make sure he's okay and that he's moving and doing what he should be doing.
By the way, anybody who watched any of that and said it was dementia knows nothing about disability, mental illness, or fucking dementia.
Bonjour, someone called?
She's not got bloody dementia. Oh.
No, she might have mental issues, yes. PTSD, my God, yes.
I mean, I think she's bipolar probably, but there's no law against that last time I checked.
We have other people who are mentally ill who's not having their autonomy ripped away.
Yeah. Bloody mental.
Oh.
But still, she was a golden calf, wasn't she? She was the...
There were other girls doing way more raunchy shit in the early 2000s than Britney was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
but the
just
thing is,
saying.
he didn't want to lose that money, and as she grew up, I bet he thought, shit, I'm not
Why
going to
was
get
it
paid.
empowering when they did it? But if Britney does it, oh my God, get her back under the conservatorship. I've seen it. I've seen it. Like, oh, she did naked on Instagram. Oh, but you say it's so empowering when Kim Kardashian does it? Sounds like ableism to me.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like greed to me. Follow the damn money. And it's as simple as that.
And her dad seems to have a weird obsession with her.
Yeah, don't just.
Like, it is not normal for a girl her age to have her daddy commenting on what her body looks like.
Ugh.
Like, what the fuck is going on there?
Some serious.
Yeah, she got booted. She'll be back on, folks.
What's that?
Oh, she'll be back on.
Do you know, I don't know how I'd do it for half that fucking price. Twice I've done that.
Oh my God, her dad had her walking out in some of the most.
Yeah, true coat. I mean, some of them outfits she wore when she was young, obviously approved by her parents, so they wouldn't have let her because she was underage.
I'm sorry, folks, but
I won't let my kid out in them.
if it were her decision, more power to her. Wear whatever the fuck you like. But when you have your parents dressing you up like that, that's another issue entirely.
Yeah, that reminds me of them. What was that bloody thing? Them little girls doing pole dancing and shit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the hell's that about? Who does that? Yeah, kid. I mean, don't get me wrong. Dancing around a pole is actually fantastic exercise. The abs on some of them women are astounding.
You know what we
But you
did when
do
I
it
was a little
in
kid?
private.
You want to know what we did when I was a kid?
Uh,
We had water balloon fights, for fuck's sake.
yeah.
Me and my
Water
brother
gun
had
fights.
a misunderstanding. There was a game on the Nintendo Switch, which was 1-2 Switch, and there was a gun game. And any time that us two had a disagreement, we would just switch on the Switch, and we'd just be like 1-2, bang.
But I used to climb trees. That was my thing.
Yeah, I knew about the 104 fever.
Yeah. The hell. It's like they
He
did the.
acted more like a manager slash jealous boyfriend. Yes, I'm putting it out there. I'm gonna go there. Then he did a father.
But definitely bordering on incest.
My God, what did he do? Slap her on the butt right before she got on the stage and said, "Go start your stroll"?
Mm.
Because that's what it fucking seems like. Sorry, I took it to a dark place.
Now the thing is, a lot. I think this conservatorship with her was her dad's way of getting around the Coogan laws. Let's face it, the Coogan laws are there for a reason.
Oh, God.
But he's obviously done that because she's got mental health issues. But
I know he drugged her with lithium. I knew about that. They did a vid on that some time ago.
That stuff is nasty.
Like, I'd work my ass off for co-centers, granted. While this is healing, I will probably be on the fucking pounds. But, god damn.
Nobody's making you though, Tiffany, apart from rent company. You know what I mean? It's the same problem a lot of people who work out. They're still got to pay the rent whether they're ill or not. But you know you've got to do that and you've got to work through it. But being forced, more or less, at cattle prod point to get on stage. I mean, do you remember what they did to Amy Winehouse? They
Yep.
literally kept walking on stage and propping up against the microphone. She couldn't stand. She was drugged out of her face. You know, when drunk off her ass, she would, you know, she could barely walk. She couldn't stand up. She couldn't speak. They kept propping her up. And I'm thinking, take the girl home and put her to bed and get her a bloody doctor. That's mad. Absolute madness. Any drop of talent, they squeeze it out of them and then leave the fault on the side. It just gets me so angry.
It really, I mean, my God, just look what they do to their child stars.
Yeah.
Very few of those people who did this shit as kids came out sane.
Well, one of the Coreys ended up dead. Other ones haunted. With those two. I mean,
sure, my mom told me to fucking work if I wanted a car, which is normal out here.
Yeah.
It was like that with the quote. Like, really?
Yeah, I mean...
Whatever happened to as being a parent and taking the fuck care of your goddamn kid? Because making them work when they're sick? That's not being a parent.
No. It's cruel. It's abusive. It's horrible. My kid had a temperature on the phone. They'll be in bed. End of. I don't care what's going on. You just don't. Yeah, beyond me. Absolutely beyond me what they do to the kids. And it's so, because they've no talent, they live vicariously off the kids. I think it's just beyond sick.
I mean, look what happened to Macaulay Culkin as a kid. Holy shit.
He had to divorce his parents in the end, didn't he? To get any control back.
Guy.
Didn't they take him for most of his money as well?
Pretty much.
See, I don't know how to get him around Coogan laws.
Alright, guys. It's almost time to wrap up because I gotta get myself
Okay,
Some
sweetie
drip.
pie.
So, before
Tiffany
we
gotta go and
do,
look after herself.
it is time for the daily dose of Meow. This
Hello,
is a
Mel.
man.
Is that
He's
Brahma
a
Cat?
good boy.
It is Brahma Cat.
And he's a
I can
sleepy
bet-
kitty. And
Is he
he needs
sleepy?
cats. And he wants his
Right.
part of the couch.
Yeah, Mummy needs a medication and something to eat.
Yeah. Well, drink, but yeah. I drink liquid protein. Yay.
Yay, but at least it's something.
All
right,
right,
girlies.
guys. So thank you so much for coming to spilling tea and not making fun of Chipmunk Face over here. And we do all hope you have a good one. Everybody have a fantastic night. I'll catch you all next Monday. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, babies.
Bye.
Bye.